The Surfer is directed by Lorcan Finnegan, director of Vivarium and Nocebo. The official description of this film reads, "A man returns to the idyllic beach of his childhood to surf with his son. When he is humiliated by a group of locals, the man is drawn into conflict that keeps rising and pushes him to breaking point." Starring Nick Cage, this is a woozy mirage of a film. It's psychedelic, it's dreamlike. It's a bit of an exploitation film, there's dark comedy here, and like The Tide, there is rising levels of anxiety. But let's start with the look. This film is gorgeous. Its sun-kissed cinematography is wavy, its colors are vivid, lush, the saturation is cranked here. It's eye candy, but it's also nostalgic, kind of like a 1970s postcard. And then you have this fairy tale style score that sounds like sand raining down on wind chimes. There's lots of interesting percussion and curious rhythms. The sound and look of this film immerse you almost instantly. And what is really interesting here is the film only takes place in one, perhaps two locations, depending on how you look at it. There is a car park and there is a beach. And the film pulls back and forth between the two. And the beach and its waves are almost like an oasis in the desert that are just out of reach for our main character. A main character who is nameless. He's just credited as The Surfer. And as this film develops, we look deeper into his past as he begins to sacrifice everything to ride that wave. The film dances with desperation, humiliation, frustration, and it begins to work both us, the viewer, and the surfer towards a breaking point. And he begins to lose everything, in a literal sense, starting with his belongings and then slowly his mind. More and more obstacles start appearing here, and the film does a very good job at leaving certain landmarks around that keep us grounded enough to make us really question what is really going on. The film does play with your expectations and it does demand a bit of patience, but there's a lot to enjoy here. This film at times is like looking straight into the sun. It's surreal, it's dreamlike, and it really makes you want a glass of water. I think Nick Cage does sell it really well. It's hard to imagine anyone else in this role, to be honest. Cage is very good at the slow, dry descent into madness, but he offers a fun factor that makes his performance more enjoyable to watch than most. And watching his anger and frustration build while his suffering worsens and his dignity fades is part of the fun here. He almost becomes part of the set itself the more ragged his look becomes as he searches every corner of this car park for a way out. There are themes of toxic masculinity, the inner struggle of belonging. It's a film that plays with a lot but doesn't necessarily dive deep enough for me. It ends up feeling slightly predictable, and I did want a bit more out of it. The tension doesn't quite reach fever pitch here, and Cage doesn't go into overdrive, and I fear at times it leans into style over substance, but it's a style that is so mesmerizing to watch. Even if I knew where it was going, I was loving every second of this. It's a film with deranged close-ups, blistering scenery, wacky cageisms, all set to a dark lullaby of a score, and I'm here for all of it. I'm feeling a low 8 out of 10 for me. I definitely recommend this one, especially if you're a Nick Cage fan, but you might just need to employ a little bit of patience. I really hope this film does well, but one thing it won't do quite so well for is tourism in Australia. But anyway, that's all I have to say for now, so thank you very much for watching.